The cultural capital Ponzi, a rhetoric of inclusion masking systems of extraction. Within the contemporary landscape of state-funded cultural production, the pseudo-progressive bourgeois arts sector functions less as a site of radical engagement and more as a self-replicating mechanism of symbolic and economic insulation. Cloaked in the performative lexicon of inclusivity, diversity, and politically correct affectations, this ecosystem thrives on a structure of insider trading, one in which aesthetic legitimacy, market value, and institutional prestige are recursively conferred upon the same narrow caste of gatekeepers and beneficiaries. This is not merely a failure of equity, but a perfected expression of extractive capitalism in cultural form. Through auction houses, biennales, and state-endorsed showcases, the self-appointed arbiters of value inflate the worth of their own output and identities in a closed feedback loop, simulating critical discourse while siphoning public funds and attention away from marginal and dissident voices. Art in this schema becomes little more than an emblem of social capital laundering, a totemic act of curated virtue designed to obscure colonial continuities and the unbroken hegemony of whiteness beneath a cosmetic veil of curated wokeness. Prizes are awarded by panels of reciprocal favor. Grants circulate among the pre-approved. Exhibitions showcase those already canonized by the circuits of commerce. What is sold at auction is not art, but a mythology of prestige, amplified by glossy catalogs and institutional nods from art world bureaucrats who operate less like curators and more like venture capitalists in effective drag. This is the aesthetic regime of late liberalism, a fragile pantomime of critique that subsists on the eradication of actual dissent. It is not accidental, but integral that the most systemically erased artists, those outside metropolitan privilege, racial capital, or institutional pedigree, remain invisible. The erasure is the performance. The marginal is curated only insofar as it can be tokenized, anonymized, or re-territorialized into a safer spectacle for bourgeois consumption. In sum, this is not an art world, but a theater of asset management, where cultural capital is traded like derivatives, and radical aesthetics are strip-mined for palatable branding. It is a house of mirrors funded by the public purse and mirrored in every page of an art forum, a feudal court in haute couture, reciting slogans from the barricades as though they didn't fund the police.